Daveigh Chase, the talented actress who captured millions of hearts as the voice of Lilo in Disney's Lilo and Stitch, and terrified moviegoers as Samara in The Ring, left fans around the world in shock when news of her passing emerged. For weeks, there were countless rumors, conflicting reports, and heartbreaking speculation about what had really happened. Now, with the official findings finally revealed, many of those questions have been answered. The truth behind her death has brought both sadness and reflection, reminding everyone that the lives of celebrities are often far more complicated than they appear on screen. At just 35 years old, Daveigh Chase had already accomplished what many actors spend an entire lifetime trying to achieve. She became part of one of Disney's most beloved animated films, delivered one of horror cinema's most unforgettable performances, and built a career that left a lasting impression on an entire generation. Yet behind the success and recognition was a personal journey that remained largely hidden from public view. As new details emerged following her death, fans discovered a story that was both heartbreaking and deeply human. According to the official medical findings, Daveigh Chase's cause of death was identified as complications related to acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, commonly known as AIDS. The report also stated that chronic polysubstance use significantly contributed to her declining health, while her death was officially ruled to have occurred from natural causes. The findings finally put an end to weeks of uncertainty that had surrounded her passing and provided the first complete explanation of what ultimately happened. When news of her death first reached the public, the information looked very different. Initial reports suggested that Daveigh had been hospitalized with severe infections, including meningitis and a bloodstream infection that progressed into sepsis. It was also reported that she had been suffering from severe malnutrition. Those early details led many people to believe that complications from infection alone had taken her life. However, as official investigators completed their examination, the full medical picture became much clearer. The updated findings revealed the infections were only part of a much larger health crisis. According to the medical examiner, AIDS had severely weakened her immune system, leaving her body vulnerable to serious illnesses that became increasingly difficult to overcome. Chronic substance use was also identified as a major contributing factor, affecting her overall condition and making recovery even challenging. The combination of these circumstances created a devastating outcome that ultimately proved impossible to reverse. For many fans, these revelations came as a complete surprise. Throughout most of her career, Daveigh rarely discussed her personal health publicly. She was known for keeping her private life away from the spotlight, choosing instead to let her work speak for itself. As a result, very few people realized the struggle she had reportedly been facing during her final years. Those closest to Daveigh described her final months as incredibly difficult. Reports suggested that she experienced significant health problems while also dealing with financial hardship and periods of isolation. According to people who knew her, she had become increasingly withdrawn from public life, making only occasional appearances and largely staying away from Hollywood. While fans continued celebrating the movies that made her famous, her personal battles remained hidden behind closed doors. One of the most emotional aspects of this story came from statements made by her longtime partner, who described the heartbreaking reality of her final days. He explained that doctors had delivered devastating news regarding her condition and that Daveigh wanted to spend her remaining time in the comfort of home rather than remain hospitalized. According to his account, they tried to create moments of peace and happiness despite the enormous challenges they were facing together. Following her passing, however, another unexpected controversy emerged. Questions began circulating regarding a fundraising campaign that had been launched to help cover expenses connected to her illness and funeral. While many supporters generously donated, others publicly questioned whether the fundraiser was necessary, leading to disagreements among people who had once been part of Daveigh's professional life. The situation created additional sadness during a time that was already incredibly emotional for everyone involved. Despite those disagreements, one thing remained undeniable. Millions of people around the world remembered Daveigh Chase for the extraordinary talent she displayed from an incredibly young age. Her performances had become part of childhood memories for countless viewers, and her voice continued to bring comfort and nostalgia to Disney fans more than 2 decades after Lilo and Stitch first premiered. Long before audiences knew her name, Daveigh Chase had already begun working in entertainment as a child performer. She appeared in commercials, television shows, and voiceover projects before eventually landing the role that would change her life forever. In 2002, Disney introduced audiences to Lilo, a lonely but imaginative Hawaiian girl who unexpectedly forms a friendship with an alien named Stitch. Daveigh's heartfelt performance gave Lilo an emotional depth that resonated with viewers of every age. The film quickly became a global phenomenon. Its message about family, love, forgiveness, and belonging touched millions of people around the world. Even today, the phrase "Ohana means family" remains one of Disney's most recognizable quotes. Daveigh's voice became permanently connected to that unforgettable message, ensuring that her work would continue reaching new generations for years to come. What made her career especially remarkable was the incredible contrast between her most famous roles. During the same period she was charming audiences as Lilo, she also delivered one of the most terrifying performances in modern horror. As Samara Morgan in The Ring, she created an image that has become one of the defining moments in horror movie history. The sight of the mysterious girl emerging from the television remains unforgettable even decades later. Critics praised her ability to switch effortlessly between warmth and fear. Few child actors have demonstrated such extraordinary range at such a young age. Whether making audiences laugh, cry, or jump out of their seats, Daveigh Chase consistently showed a level of maturity that impressed directors, producers, and fellow actors alike. Her career extended far beyond those 2 iconic roles. She appeared in acclaimed television series, voiced major animated characters, and continued acting throughout her teenage years. Every new project showcased another side of her talent, reinforcing the belief that she had an incredibly bright future ahead in the entertainment industry. Yet, as the years passed, Daveigh gradually stepped away from the spotlight. Her appearances became less frequent, and public updates about her life almost disappeared. While many former child stars successfully transitioned into adult careers, Daveigh's journey proved to be far more complicated. Fans often wondered where she had gone, unaware of the personal struggles that reportedly unfolded away from public attention. News of her death triggered an overwhelming wave of emotion across social media. Thousands of fans shared childhood memories connected to Lilo and Stitch. Others revisited scenes from The Ring, remembering how deeply her performance had influenced an entire generation of horror fans. Messages of grief poured in from people who had grown up watching her work and couldn't believe someone so young was gone. Many fans pointed out the painful irony surrounding her most beloved role. Lilo's story centered on family, acceptance, and never leaving anyone behind. Learning that Daveigh herself reportedly experienced periods of hardship and isolation made the emotional connection even stronger. Countless viewers expressed sadness that someone who had brought so much happiness to others had endured such difficult circumstances herself. The official cause of death also sparked broader conversations about HIV and AIDS awareness. Although enormous medical advances have been made over the past several decades, the condition continues to affect lives around the world. Many people emphasize the importance of reducing stigma, encouraging regular testing, improving access to treatment, and supporting those living with the disease instead of allowing fear or misinformation to shape public opinion. Another major discussion centered on addiction and mental health. The medical examiner's findings highlighted chronic polysubstance use as a contributing factor in Daveigh's death. Many observers noted that substance use disorders often develop alongside other physical, emotional, or psychological challenges. Rather than focusing on judgment, many fans urged compassion and understanding for those facing similar struggles. The tragedy also renewed conversations about former child stars and the unique pressures they experience growing up in the entertainment industry. Fame at an early age often brings enormous expectations, intense public attention, and constant scrutiny. While some performers successfully navigate those challenges, others quietly struggle long after the cameras stop rolling. Daveigh's story reminded many people that success during childhood does not guarantee happiness later in life. Friends and admirers have continued celebrating the remarkable legacy she leaves behind. Her performances remain available for audiences around the world, ensuring that her work will never truly disappear. Every time someone watches Lilo and Stitch, revisits The Ring, or discovers her films for the first time, a part of Daveigh Chase continues living through the characters she brought to life. Even now, fans continue posting artwork, tribute videos, favorite movie moments, and heartfelt messages celebrating everything she accomplished. Many describe her as one of the defining child actors of the early 2000s. Others simply thank her for creating memories that became part of their childhood. The outpouring of affection demonstrates just how deeply her work connected with audiences around the world. Although the official report has answered the question of how Daveigh Chase died, it has also shifted attention toward how she lived. She was an actress whose performances crossed genres, generations, and cultures. She made audiences laugh with kindness, frightened them with unforgettable intensity, and proved that extraordinary talent can leave an impact that lasts long after a career has ended. Her story is ultimately one of remarkable success, hidden struggles, and a legacy that continues to inspire millions. While the circumstances surrounding her passing are undeniably tragic, her work remains timeless. Future generations will continue discovering her performances, ensuring that Daveigh Chase's contribution to film and television will never be forgotten. As fans continue mourning her loss, many hope her story encourages greater compassion for those facing illness, addiction, and personal hardship. Behind every celebrity headline is a real human being with private battles that the public may never fully understand. Remembering that truth may be one of the most meaningful ways to honor Daveigh Chase's memory. Her voice, her performances, and the emotions she brought to audiences will remain part of cinematic history for years to come. Whether people remember her as the sweet and determined Lilo or the haunting Samara, one thing is certain: Daveigh Chase made an unforgettable mark on entertainment that few actors achieve in an entire lifetime. What are your thoughts on this heartbreaking update? Share your memories of Daveigh Chase and your favorite role she ever played down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest celebrity news, entertainment updates, and Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.